mentioned at the top of this newscast, the NTSB is holding a news conference, and that is currently going on right now at the scene of yesterday's deadly plane crash. Let's take you to it.
Safety Investigator with the National Transportation Safety Board.
Great, Jennifer, we spoke with you this morning. What's changed from then to now?
So we were able to confirm control continuity with the airplane. So we were able to confirm basically that the ailerons, elevator, and rudder were properly connected prior to the accident and the impact sequence, and they were capable of functioning as they were designed during the accident sequence. We examined the engine further. We don't have anything revealing or concerning at this time. It will be put in a crate and sent to a lab where we can continue with our investigation in the weeks and months to come. The wreckage behind me has been recovered and will be taken to a secure facility where it will remain for the rest of our investigation. We're in the process of continuing to reach out to witnesses, conduct witness interviews. We'll be doing that over the next couple of days, speaking with the family to gather information with regards to the pilot's flight time and experience, the maintenance history of the airplane, and then again securing any recordings and weather information that are available from the air traffic control tower here at Colorado Springs.
How does this investigation compare to other investigations, number one? And number two, what's the most challenging part of taking a plane that is in thousands of pieces to a lab? Like, what's the most challenging part of that part of the investigation?
So I would say that comparing this investigation to other investigations, they're very similar. We have a process that we follow with each investigation where we consider the man, machine, and environment, looking at the airplane to see if there's anything structurally wrong, an airworthiness issue that affected that airplane or could potentially affect an entire fleet. We look into the environment. What was the communications with the control tower? What was the weather doing at the time of the accident? Were there any distractions that the pilot might have been managing? And then we look into the pilot in and of himself. Did he have any medical conditions that were going on, medications that might have been influencing his reaction, which is standard in any fatal accident investigation. And then the pilot's experience with this particular airframe, how long has he been flying this airplane, and how long has he been flying in general. So it's not different than any other investigation in that we're following the same model and we're looking for the same things, closing doors as we're able to factually determine that something is no longer a concern. It's difficult when we have an accident like this where there's a post-impact fire that destroys the wreckage. A lot of our evidence is lost during that post-impact fire, so it makes it more difficult sometimes to reverse engineer or go back and conclusively close doors and factually state that we do or do not have a concern in a certain area.
Can you tell us what the difference is between the things being loaded in the white bags and just the things that are on the trailer there?
It would be size related and how likely it is to fly away while it's being transported.
Okay. Do you have any information at this time about pilot's experience or
We know that during one of his last checks in with the FAA, he reported approximately 2,300 flight hours, but how that breaks down as to make, model, whether it's single or multi-engine experience, we do not know. And also we'll be considering how long or how much flight time he has here at altitude in the Colorado Springs area or mountainous terrain, as opposed to Texas, where he originates from, where the altitude is different and therefore airplane performance can sometimes be different. But from our understanding, it was just a personal family flight.
So can you confirm that it is Mike from Colorado?
No, that confirmation will come from the coroner once they've been able to do a successful positive identification.
Autopsy results not done yet?
No, the results are not in yet.
So is the on-scene investigation effectively over once that trailer leaves?
Yes.
Is there anything else you'd like to add? Anything we're missing?
I don't think so.
And you're listening to Jennifer Rohde with the NTSB. The NTSB has officially taken over the investigation of this plane crash. As of yesterday, they arrived on scene and they've taken charge of recovering the plane. As she mentioned, they have finished recovering the plane. A lot of evidence destroyed in the fire that was caused by that plane crash. And we learned yesterday that the pilot reported having some engine failure right before he crashed. But as she mentioned in this press conference, that in their preliminary investigation of the plane itself, they haven't found any mechanical errors with the plane.
Yeah, they're going to take some of the parts of the plane, bring it somewhere else, and really get a nice, thorough examination of some of the whatever they've been able to recover from the plane, the NTSB. They're also going to reach out to witnesses to see if they have any more information. They're also going to figure out if the weather played a role in yesterday's deadly plane crash. And they also want to look into the pilot's medical history. That perhaps could have been an issue that played in this crash yesterday as well.
And all of these things, the man-machine environment, are all things that are commonplace in every investigation for any plane crash. These are the factors that they look into. So we will keep monitoring this one for you, and we'll bring you any updates right here on News Channel 13.
And our Scott Harrison is live at the scene, and in our next half hour, he will bring us an update.